Chris Lynch with ePark Canterbury. Park at 264 Russie Road and go in the draw to win a trip to Samoa. eParkcanterbury.co.nz.
The roads of national significance are back. The last government cancelled them, including cancelling the Wood End bypass. We've brought that back and said, actually, we need to build the roads for the future in this country so we can unlock economic growth and productivity. We can make it reduce travel times, unlock land for housing. And the Wood End bypass is one of the priority projects which we've announced today. It's critically important for Canterbury, and it's one of the roads we're going to get started as quickly as possible.
I hope you're not going to do a Labour on me and start doing announcements for the sake of announcements, because what I want to know today, no pressure, is when will there be shovels in the ground for this Wood End bypass? When do we actually start seeing some progress?
Well, within the next 3 years. So what we've got today is we're starting the work around property purchases, setting up a team to ensure that there's we understand the project scope, all of that work which needs to be done in order to then go out and procure someone to construct it. More detail around the exact timeframes will be announced in early September when the National Land Transport Program is confirmed by the New Zealand Transport Agency Board. What the agency is already doing is they are getting underway with getting work done so that we can move as quickly as possible. The reality is, for the last 6 years, the last government wasn't doing the design work, wasn't doing the designations and the consenting, all the property purchase for these major roading projects, including the Wood End bypass. We're getting that back on track so we can get all of these roads under construction over the next 3 years.
Okay. I hope there wasn't a slip for the sake of it. The Belfast to Pegasus Road is also being upgraded. Can you tell me, what will that look like? Because as you know, there are always accidents on that stretch of road. It's really dangerous. Are we looking at more lanes or what?
So effectively what we're saying is this will be a 4-lane expressway or continuation further north from Christchurch all the way to Pegasus, including the Wood End bypass. So it'll be ensuring that's a 4-lane grade-separated roading corridor. It'll be about ensuring that it's safer, it's quicker, and it's more efficient. So that's what this roading project will be. And it's about getting that construction underway as quickly as possible. There's actually already a designation in place. It was put in place in 2014 under the last national government. So a lot of work was already done. Now it's about actually confirming that designation, looking at the project scope. There's land purchases which need to happen, and then moving to construction as quickly as possible so we can get this thing done.
To pay for these upgrades or new roads, you're looking at things like road tolls to pay for this. What's the feedback been like so far on that idea?
Oh, look, I think most New Zealanders understand that building new infrastructure comes at a cost, and that there's a need to fund it. Road tolls are used around the world to help bring forward construction and pay for the construction of major new roading projects. It means that those who use it pay for it, and it also helps to bring that construction forward. So as a government, we're saying we're very open to road tolls. Where those are recommended by the agency, we'll put them in place to help fund this infrastructure.
Has it been tough instructing NZTA staff to get things moving, considering they've had to move away from Labour's agenda?
Well, look, every day as the Minister of Transport, I've been very focused on what our agenda is, stopping Labour's focus on light fail in Auckland and all of their other sort of woke projects, such as building speed bumps everywhere. But we've rewritten the government.
You're supposed to call them calming. What do they call them? Traffic calming measures, but they probably do anything but calm people.
I call them speed bumps because the point is, it's been, in the last number of years, lots of people have been commenting to me that there's been enough money to build speed bumps everywhere, but not enough money to actually fill the potholes. And so this government's got a very clear agenda and a very clear mandate from the public at the last election. And my job as the Minister of Transport is to deliver on that mandate.
It's interesting to say because the Christchurch City Council transport staff appear quite obsessed with building those speed bumps at every intersection now under the name of safety. Most people agree that nothing wrong with having better safety across the network, but it seems like they've gone off on this tangent and there are now speed bumps galore at every intersection now. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, should they be stopped?
We are stopping all funding for those speed bumps. There's no funding under this new GPS for those type of speed bumps on our roads. And what I would say to those council transport planners is that they are not elected, and the councillors and the government are. And we have changed priorities based on what the public voted for at the last election. And we're delivering on the agenda that the public voted for us, which is focus on back to basics, fixing the potholes, repairing the roads, resealing them, building the new infrastructure that New Zealanders need, not just simply slowing people down and making it more inconvenient to get around. That's not what people pay their petrol taxes and road user charges for.
One city councillor actually said that the government was on a collision course with the community, and they were speaking a couple of days ago of the government's decision to reverse some of the speed limits. A collision with the community. Phil Major said that was a little bit over the top wording, if you like. What do you think? What do you make of those sort of comments?
Oh, look, I completely agree with the Mayor, Phil Major. I mean, ultimately, we went to the election last year with a very clear policy that we were going to reverse Labor's blanket speed limit reductions. Voters supported that policy and gave us a mandate, and now we're delivering on that promise. So we are delivering what the community asked us and voted for us to do. And what I would say, though, is we're taking a balanced approach for safety around schools. Instead of just slowing people down at all hours of day and night to 30 kilometres per hour and asking them to crawl around, we're going to put slower speed limits around schools during those pick-up and drop-off times, not 24/7. It doesn't make sense that a shift worker going to work at 4 a.m. in the morning when literally everyone else is in bed should have to travel at 30 kilometres per hour around our suburbs and around our streets. That is madness, and we're going to put a stop to it.
As of February last year, this may have changed, the start might be old, Simeon, but NZTA employed 40 permanent and fixed-term full-time communication staff. Has that number changed since you came to office?
Look, they are going through some restructures at NZTA. We've asked them to find 7.5% savings, like all other government departments and agencies. So they're going through a process. I don't know what the exact number is off the top of my head right now, but they're certainly going through a process to find efficiencies throughout the organisation, and that's our expectation that they look at those areas as well, which include their comms and engagement staff.
Transport Minister Simeon Brown, good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.